Every single day is a gift from Allah, a fresh chance to begin again, to realign your heart and to walk closer to Him. But the way you start your morning determines the direction of your entire day. Many people wake up rushed, distracted, and already overwhelmed. But what if you could begin your day with peace, purpose, and divine blessings? What if just a few simple changes in your morning routine could transform not only your day, but your life? This is not about doing something complicated. It's about returning to what truly matters, your connection with Allah. My dear brothers and sisters, when your eyes open in the morning, the very first moments are extremely powerful. Before your mind becomes occupied with the worries of the world, before you reach for your phone, before you even sit up completely, there is an opportunity that many people ignore. An opportunity to remember Allah. The tongue that begins the day with the remembrance of Allah is not an ordinary tongue. It is a tongue that has been honored. Even something as simple as saying Alhamdulillah upon waking carries immense weight. You are acknowledging that the one who gave you sleep has also returned your soul back to you. Not everyone who slept last night woke up today, but you did. And that itself is a mercy that cannot be measured. When you begin your morning with dhikr, you are not just repeating words, you are setting the tone of your heart. You are reminding yourself that no matter what lies ahead, Allah is greater than it. Your problems may seem big, your responsibilities may feel overwhelming, but when you say Allahu Akbar, you are declaring that Allah is greater than all of it. And look at how powerful this is. A person who wakes up and immediately becomes absorbed in their phone, in messages, in social media, their heart becomes scattered, their mind becomes restless. But the one who pauses even for a minute to remember Allah, that person gains a sense of calm that cannot be explained. Say Subhanallah, and you cleanse your heart from negativity. Say Alhamdulillah, and you fill your heart with gratitude. Say Allahu Akbar, and you strengthen your trust. These are not just phrases, they are anchors that keep you grounded throughout the day. And the beauty of dhikr is that it does not require a specific place or a long amount of time. You can remember Allah while still lying in your bed, while sitting up, while preparing yourself for the day. But what matters is the sincerity. What matters is that your heart is hadar, present, aware of what you are saying. When you make dhikr your first action of the day, you are sending a message, not to the world but to yourself. You are saying, my priority is Allah. Before anything else, I turn to Him. And when Allah sees that you have remembered Him first, He takes care of what comes next. He places barakah in your time. He eases your affairs in ways you could never imagine. Situations that would normally stress you begin to feel lighter. Challenges that seem difficult become manageable. This is the difference between a day that begins with distraction and a day that begins with remembrance. One drains you before the day even starts, while the other fills you with strength, clarity, and peace. So train yourself slowly but consistently. Let your first words in the morning be words of dhikr. Let your heart wake up before your body fully does. And over time, you will notice something beautiful. Your mornings will no longer feel heavy. They will feel guided, protected, and filled with a quiet kind of strength that stays with you throughout everything you face, my dear brothers and sisters. One of the most overlooked yet powerful aspects of our daily lives is something that requires no effort, no wealth, and no physical strength, and that is your intention. Before you even take your first step into the day, before you speak to anyone, before you begin your work or responsibilities, your intention has already begun shaping your day. In Islam, actions are not judged merely by what you do, but by why you do it. A person may go through an entire day full of activity, completing tasks, meeting people, working hard, but if there is no sincere intention behind it, then spiritually it may carry very little weight. On the other hand, someone who simply adjusts their intention can transform ordinary actions into acts of ibadah. When you wake up in the morning, pause for a moment and ask yourself, why am I doing what I am about to do today? If your answer becomes, I am doing this to please Allah, then everything begins to change. Going to work is no longer just about earning money, it becomes a means of providing halal rizq. Taking care of your family is no longer just a responsibility, it becomes an act of worship. Even something as simple as smiling at someone or helping a colleague becomes a source of reward. The beauty of intention is that it connects the qalb to Allah in a way that transforms your mindset. Instead of seeing your day as a burden filled with tasks, you begin to see it as a series of opportunities to earn reward. Every moment becomes meaningful. Every effort becomes valuable. And think about this carefully. When your intention is correct, even your struggles take on a different meaning. When you face difficulty, you remind yourself, I am doing this for the sake of Allah. Suddenly patience becomes easier. Frustration begins to soften. You are no longer just enduring hardship, you are gaining reward through it. But when intention is absent, even ease can feel heavy. A person may have a comfortable life, yet feel no peace, no satisfaction. Why? Because the connection between their actions and their Creator is missing. The qalb feels empty, even when the hands are full. Setting your intention in the morning is not complicated. It does not require long words or formal statements. It is a quiet, sincere decision within your heart. A moment where you align yourself with your purpose. A moment where you say, Ya Allah, everything I do today, I do it seeking your pleasure. And once that intention is made, it begins to guide your choices. You become more conscious of your words, more careful with your actions, more aware of how you treat others. Not because someone is watching you, but because you know Allah is aware of what is in your heart. This is how intention shapes your entire day. It becomes the lens through which you see everything. It influences how you respond to people, how you deal with challenges, how you carry yourself in moments of ease and moments of stress. And the most powerful part of all is that intention turns even the smallest actions into something azim in the sight of Allah. Something that may seem insignificant in the eyes of people can become azim because of the sincerity behind it. So do not underestimate the power of beginning your day with the right intention. It is not just a thought. It is the foundation upon which your entire day is built. My dear brothers and sisters, there is a prayer that many people struggle with, a prayer that comes at a time when the body desires rest, when the bed feels most comfortable, and when the world is still quiet and asleep, and that is Fajr. Yet, within this very struggle lies one of the greatest keys to success. Fajr is not just a prayer, it is a test of sincerity. It is a moment where you choose between the dawat of sleep and the call of your Creator. When the alarm goes off and you wake up, you are faced with a decision that may seem small, but in reality carries great weight. Do you turn away and go back to sleep, or do you rise for the sake of Allah? Understand this deeply. When you prioritize Fajr, you are placing Allah first before your comfort. And when you place Allah first, He takes care of everything else. This is not just a spiritual concept. It becomes a reality that reflects throughout your entire day. The one who wakes up for Fajr experiences a different note of peace. There is a calmness in those early moments that cannot be found at any other time of the day. The hawa is still, the distractions are minimal, and your heart is more receptive. You stand before Allah in a moment that feels personal, quiet, and deeply connected. And think about the discipline that Fajr builds within you. It teaches you to rise above your desires. It trains you to act upon what is right, even when it is difficult. This discipline does not remain limited to the prayer itself. It spreads into every part of your life. You become more focused, more consistent, more mindful of your responsibilities. There is also a special note of barakah attached to the early hours of the day. When you begin your day with Fajr, you are not rushing into your tasks. You are not starting your day in chaos. Instead, you begin with purpose, with clarity, and with a qalb that has already connected with Allah. This sets a tone that carries forward into everything you do. Compare this to the one who misses Fajr and wakes up late. Their day often begins with stress, with rushing, with a feeling that they are already behind. The connection with Allah is delayed, and as a result, the day feels heavier. It is not just about the missed prayer, it is about what that prayer represents. Fajr is also a shield. It protects you from falling into negligence throughout the day. When you begin your morning with obedience, it becomes easier to continue in that path. Your heart becomes more alert to what is right and what is wrong. You become more conscious of your actions, your words, and your intentions. And there is something very powerful about the effort itself. Allah sees the struggle. He sees the moment you fight your sleep, the moment you push yourself to get up, the moment you make wudu in that quiet darkness. These are moments that are heavy on the scale, even if they feel small to you. It is not about perfection, it is about consistency. Even if it is difficult in the beginning, even if you struggle, even if you feel tired, continue. Because with every effort, you are building a habit that strengthens your relationship with Allah and transforms the way you live your life. Fire is the foundation upon which a successful day is built. Not just success in the worldly sense, but success in the sense of peace, purpose, and barakah. When that foundation is strong, everything that comes after it becomes easier to manage, easier to handle, and more meaningful in the sight of Allah. My dear brothers and sisters, one of the most transformative qualities a believer can carry into their day is gratitude. It is something simple, yet deeply powerful. It shifts the way you see your life, the way you respond to challenges, and the way you connect with Allah. When you wake up in the morning, you are surrounded by countless blessings, many of which you don't even notice. The ability to breathe without difficulty, the strength in your body, the roof above your head, the force you have ahead of you. These are not small things. These are gifts that many people are deprived of, yet we often pass by them without a second thought. Gratitude begins when you acknowledge these blessings, not just with your tongue, but with your heart. Saying Alhamdulillah is easy, but truly feeling it, truly recognizing what Allah has given you, that is where the transformation begins. It softens your heart, removes negativity, and replaces complaints with contentment. A person who starts their day with gratitude carries a different mindset. Instead of focusing on what is missing, they focus on what is present. Instead of being overwhelmed by what they lack, they find peace in what they have. This does not mean they ignore their struggles, but it means their struggles do not define their entire outlook. And understand this, gratitude is not only for the big blessings, it is for the smallest details of your life, the smile of a loved one, the ease of completing a task, the moments of quiet that bring you peace. When you train yourself to notice these things, your heart becomes more aware, more appreciative, more connected to the one who provided them. There is also a promise from Allah that is clear and powerful. When you are grateful, He increases you. This increase is not limited to wealth or material things. It includes peace in your qalb, contentment in your life, and barakah in your time. You may find that what you have begins to feel more than enough, even if it has not physically increased. Gratitude also protects you from falling into constant dissatisfaction. In a world where people are always comparing, always looking at what others have, it is easy to feel like you are behind. But when your heart is filled with gratitude, you are less affected by these comparisons. You become more grounded, more focused on your own journey, more satisfied with what Allah has written for you. And when difficulties come, because they will, gratitude becomes even more powerful. It reminds you that even within hardship, there are blessings. Even within pain, there are lessons. Even within trials, there is a hidden mercy that you may not yet see. This perspective gives you strength. It allows you to face challenges without losing hope. Gratitude is also shown through your actions. When you use what Allah has given you in a way that pleases Him, you are expressing gratitude in the most complete form. Your time, your abilities, your resources, all of these become tools through which you thank Allah. When you begin your morning with gratitude, you are setting a tone of positivity, humility, and awareness. You are reminding yourself that everything you have is from Allah and that you are constantly in need of Him. This awareness keeps your heart alive, your mind at peace, and your soul connected to its purpose. My dear brothers and sisters, the beginning of your day is like the planting of a seed. What you place into those early moments will grow and spread throughout the rest of your day. If the morning is filled with negativity, distractions, and sinful habits, then it should not surprise you when the rest of the day feels heavy, unproductive, and distant from Allah. Many people wake up and immediately expose themselves to things that disturb the heart. They reach for their phones, scroll endlessly, consume content that brings no benefit, and sometimes even fall into that which is clearly displeasing to Allah. What starts as a few minutes quietly begins to shape the state of the qalb. The heart becomes restless, distracted, and disconnected before the day has even properly begun. Understand this clearly. Sins have an effect. They are not just actions that come and go. They leave marks on the heart. When a person begins their morning with disobedience, it creates an aura of heaviness that follows them. You may not always see it immediately, but you feel it. A lack of motivation, a loss of focus, a sense of unease that lingers without a clear reason, and negativity works in a similar way. When your first thoughts in the morning are filled with worry, complaints, or frustration, it sets a tone. You begin your day already burdened, already overwhelmed, even before anything has actually happened. Your mind becomes clouded, and your ability to approach the day with clarity and patience becomes weakened. This is why it is so important to protect your morning. Just as you would protect something valuable, you must guard these early moments from anything that harms your connection with Allah. Be conscious of what you allow into your eyes, into your ears, and into your thoughts. If you train yourself to delay unnecessary distractions, you will notice a powerful difference. When you resist the urge to immediately check your phone, when you avoid content that is meaningless or harmful, you create space for something better. You give your heart the chance to remain pure, focused, and present. It is also about being honest with yourself. Recognize the habits that pull you away from Allah, especially in the morning when your guard is down. Whether it is wasting time, engaging in gossip, or indulging in things that weaken your iman, these are not small matters. They are patterns that slowly shape your character and your relationship with your Creator. And when you actively avoid these things, even if it feels difficult at first, you are strengthening your discipline. You are showing yourself that you are capable of choosing what is right over what is easy. This builds a know of inner strength that carries into the rest of your day. There is a purity in starting your day clean, clean from sin, clean from negativity, clean from distractions that serve no purpose. This purity allows your heart to remain light, your mind to stay focused, and your actions to be more intentional. It is not about being perfect. It is about being mindful. It is about making a conscious effort every morning to protect your heart from what harms it and to distance yourself from what takes you away from Allah. Because when you remove negativity and sinful habits from the beginning of your day, you are not just avoiding harm, you are creating the space for barakah, clarity, and peace to enter your life in a way that transforms how you experience everything that follows, my dear brothers and sisters. There is no kalam more powerful, more healing, and more transformative than the words of Allah. When you begin your morning with the Qur'an, you are not simply reading a book. You are allowing divine kalam to enter your heart at the most critical time of your day. The early hours of the morning are unique. Your mind is not yet overwhelmed. Your heart is more open, and the distractions of the world have not fully taken over. This is the perfect moment to connect with the Qur'an. Even if it is just a few verses, the impact is far greater than you may realize. When you recite the Qur'an, it brings a noor of sakina, a calmness that settles deep within your qalb. It is not the kind of peace that comes from silence or rest alone. It is a peace that comes from being reminded of the truth, from hearing the words of your Creator, from reconnecting with your purpose. Many people search for clarity in their lives. They feel confused, uncertain, unsure of their direction. But the Qur'an is a source of guidance that illuminates the path ahead. When you start your day with it, you are allowing that guidance to shape your thoughts, your decisions, and your perspective. And think about how powerful this is. Before you listen to the opinions of people, before you absorb the noise of the world, you expose your heart to the kalam of Allah. This sets a mamyar. It gives you a reference point for what is right and what is wrong, for what truly matters and what does not. Even if you do not understand every word, the act of recitation itself carries immense benefit. The Qur'an has an effect on the heart that goes beyond comprehension. But when you make an effort to understand even a small portion, the impact becomes even deeper. A single verse can stay with you throughout the day, reminding you, guiding you, grounding you. It is also about consistency. You do not need to read long portions every morning. What matters is that you make it a regular part of your routine. Something you return to daily, something your heart becomes attached to. Over time, this connection grows stronger, and you begin to feel a sense of emptiness when it is missing. The Qur'an also reshapes your mindset. It reminds you of the temporary nature of this world, the reality of the hereafter, the importance of patience, the value of sincerity. These reminders influence how you respond to situations. They give you a deeper understanding of your experiences, helping you navigate both ease and hardship with a balanced heart, and there is a protection in it as well. When your day begins with the Qur'an, it becomes easier to stay away from what is harmful. Your heart becomes more sensitive, more aware, more inclined towards what pleases Allah. It acts as a shield that guards you throughout the day. This is why starting your morning with the Qur'an is not just a recommendation, it is a powerful habit that transforms your inner state. It fills your heart with peace, your mind with clarity, and your soul with a sense of direction that remains with you no matter what challenges you face, my dear brothers and sisters. Every single morning is not just the start of a new day, it is a new fursa given to you by Allah to realign your life, to purify your heart, and to draw closer to Him. The way you begin your morning is not something small or insignificant. It is the foundation upon which your entire day is built. When you begin with the remembrance of Allah, you awaken your heart before your body. When you set your intention, you give purpose to every action that follows. When you guard your Fajr, you build discipline and invite Barakah into your time. When you carry gratitude, you shift your mindset from nuqs to abundance. When you protect your morning from negativity and sin, you preserve the purity of your qalb. And when you start with the Qur'an, you allow divine guidance to shape your thoughts and decisions. All of these are not complicated actions. They are simple, consistent choices. But together they create a powerful transformation. A transformation not just in your day, but in your life. You will begin to notice that your days feel lighter, your qalb feels more at peace, and your challenges feel more manageable. Not because your life has become perfect, but because your connection with Allah has become stronger. So do not underestimate the power of how you begin your morning. Do not delay it, do not ignore it, and do not treat it as something ordinary. These early moments carry a weight that can change everything. And remember, when you take a step towards Allah at the start of your day, He opens doors for you throughout it in ways you could never plan, never expect, and never imagine.